So I have to whip up, I don't have to, but I decided to be nice and I'm going to make some cupcakes for the school librarian. Okay, so I decided to do a yellow, I don't know what made me decide yellow, but I figured I was going to do 3 yellow backgrounds and 3 white backgrounds. And I used my clear acrylic happy birthday pin on the yellow. And now I'm using this like Daz Mackie type impression mat. And I made 3 of the cupcake toppers out of that. And I put them off to the side to harden. So now I am just tightening up. This is a store-bought Rice Krispie treat, and I kind of tightened it up by squeezing it together. And really what I'm doing is trying to shape it and just trying to get a book shape. And now I'm cutting it because you know, it's like you can make, I mean, you could really make like a rectangle or a square or whatever. I decided to go more like rectangular, and but you also know that like the books, they also come out, they go like a little bit longer. So I'm just trying to figure out a perfect size for the cupcake topper, and I got one, and they're all going to be different sizes, which is fine, but I'm just trying to keep about the same length and of the Rice Krispie treat. Now you don't have to use Rice Krispie, you can just use a block of fondant if you want and use a cookie cutter. You can do that too, especially if you want to make bigger ones, or if you're gonna make bigger ones like to put on top of a cake, just use the whole Rice Krispie treat, you know. So here I put the little piece down on top of some fondant, and I cut a white strip, and I'm just gonna kind of wrap it around the edge. This is of course where my pages are going to be of my book, and I'm gonna do that to all 3 Rice Krispie pieces. Alright, so now I'm just gonna take my little tool, and I'm just gonna make some lines and indentations to look like pages of a book. No brainer, just simply making some pages, making sure I get the curves and stuff that, you know, of course the corners, and making sure that it's as even as possible, and just making those lines to give it that indentation. Now what I'm doing here is I'm using the clay extruder, and I did a semicircle, and I actually put that, if you look at the book, I put that as the spine, because you know how some books, like fancy books, they have like that rounded like edge, or like old encyclopedias, they have like that rounded spine. So that's what I did here. Now I did pick some chocolate fondant because I thought it would like kind of look like a leathery type book. And as you see, I left a little lip because the pages, of course, which is what I was trying to say earlier, the pages are in more than the hard cover of the book. So I just rolled it out, and I put the book on top of it, the Rice Krispie treat. I made sure that there was enough space so that you could still see the chocolate fondant, and yet the pages were still tucked in. And right now what I'm doing is I'm taking my little tool, and I'm edging out that spine, and then you know how it has like a little directory, you know, I've just kind of made that little indentation. So what I'm doing now is, of course, I'm taking my pearl dust, and I'm on that white, I'm just giving it some shimmer and shine. Y'all know I love me some shimmer. I love pearl dust. I have some luster dust. And I'm actually good because I actually called it pearl dust this time. But yeah, I just took some white pearl dust and just to give it like some pop. And I'm putting my little books on top. Now I think I did say this later on in the video that I wanted to like draw something. If you have an edible printer, you can print little covers out if you wanted to. but I didn't have all that and do all that. So here, this is actual luster dust. Thank you, Miss Kara. This is like a rose gold luster dust, and I'm putting it on top of the orange, and on top of the yellow. Sorry, I don't know my colors, but it's like a golden, like pinky, orangey, peachy. I don't know. It came out really, really, really pretty. So now back to the books. What I decided to do was I have these beautiful rose sprinkles thanks to Miss Kara, and I decided to put them on top of the books. Now on the yellow golden, rose golden happy birthday ones, I decided to make roses, and I used the little rose mat, and I put the big roses on the big cupcake toppers. And then here with the little books, I decided to put some little roses off to the side. Just something simple, basic. And of course I'm making some leaves. So here what I did was I took the rose cutter and the plunger, and I just put the indentation on the green fondant, and then took the little itty bitty plunger that you see right there, the purple and white one, and I used that so I have some kind of texture on my little leaves. So now I'm prepping the tin. I put the striped parchment paper in there, and now I'm trying to arrange my cupcakes and just trying to get the parchment paper because I don't want the parchment paper to get in the frosting or anything like that. And now I'm filling the gaps so the cupcakes don't move with some Rolos and some Hershey Kisses, and so I'm just filling them up in there. So of course now I'm putting on the frosting, easy peasy. This is some chocolate frosting I had left. It was actually still frozen. So that's why I was struggling a little bit with it, and that's why it's like kind of like different colors. But it was still kind of frozen. I forgot to take it out earlier so it would be easier to work with. My bad, but it's okay. So now, of course, I'm just putting my little cupcake toppers on. I decided to put the books in the middle. And then, of course, I'm going to put the little happy birthday roses on. So it's kind of got like little roses, and they all kind of match. They have big roses. There's roses on the book. So, yeah, there you go. All right, guys. So that is going to wrap up my librarian birthday cupcakes. So we got some books, we got some flowers. They kind of have like a Beauty and the Beast vibe with the colors and the roses, and yeah, and it's gonna be cute in this little tin. I think it's super cute and adorable, so I really think that she's gonna like it. I also think that she is going to be very surprised. So yes, so that's for the librarian at my school. I'm gonna put the lid on it just like that, and then I'm going to take it to work tomorrow and give it to her and just say, hey, happy birthday.